Hello. So today we will be creating our first document in Latex. So you want to open your text maker and create a new file. So when you writing a Latex, you always want to include something called document class. Usually you have a few different options. You can include a book if you want to write a book, or you can do paper, but today we're going to use article. Today is a brief introduction to Latex. Okay, so now we can save it. We can save it to, say, desktop. First Latex doc. Whenever you have a document in Latex, you always want to do a begin document, and automatically the editor will give you the end document. If you want something to appear on your PDF, you include it in the begin document. So before doing that, we can include a title. So title is Latex document, and we can include an author in here, which is 2020. Can just type something. So this is my first Latex document, period, and run it. Okay, but the weird thing is that the title and author is not appearing up here. So what you want to add is make title to include the title here. And you can see that Latex automatically adds the date. So today is January 4th. Okay, so whenever we want to add a environment, we want to create a begin. Like here, we added begin document, which indicates that I'm creating a document. So what I can also do is I can create a abstract. So this is a introductory document for learning text. Okay, and let's run it, and you see that this is included in my abstract, and you will see that this space doesn't matter, and everything else here is not included in the abstract because it's not part of it. And now you can see that this actually doesn't, adding the tab here doesn't change anything to in here. So it's the same. Yeah, okay. So that's for creating an environment. And in Latex, there are a few reserved characters, such as this is for a comment. So this is a comment, and you'll get to know all of them as we go through the tutorial. So what we can also do is create a section. So when we create a section, let me just list all the things that I want to talk about today. So just to give you a brief view, when we create a section, you're gonna basically create a section with the index made by Latex. And so for list, since it's the first section, you have 1. For math, it's second section, so you have 2. And tabular, you'll get a 3 as expected. And let's just copy paste this. So figure and citation and references. Let me just capitalize this. Okay. So now this are the 6 sections that we want to talk about today. Just briefly, you don't need to actually memorize everything. It's just to give you an idea of how things work in LaTeX. So in a list, what we can do is begin itemize. So we created a new environment called itemize. So inside this, if you want to create a new item, you have to do /item. So say this is the item for grocery. So I can add apple, another item, milk, and etc. So here you see you have apple and milk. But if you want to create something that's ordered with a number, you can type enumerate. Similar as itemize, you have to add a item in enumerate. So before, what you get is the same thing, but with indexes in front of it. Okay, so now let's talk about math. This is the math section. So this is a math section. Whenever you want to type in mathematics, you always need to include the $sign and write whatever you want to write in math in $sign. So I can do a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. And you see the squared are interpreted as literally squared. So this symbol is basically taking the power of something. Now you'll notice that if I put c to the 21, you will not get c to the 21th power, because it will only read the letter following by this special character. So what you can do is use curly brackets to include the entire text 21 to get it inside. Okay, so this is inline. If you want to emphasize on a special equation, what you can do is that you can do $signs around your equation. So say a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. Let's put this capitalized so it's more important. What you see is they are actually an individual equation instead of inline. So this is math. Now let's do another begin for the environment, which called tabular. So for tabular, you really need to know how many columns you need. So say I need 3, so I can do say right, center, left. And here, say 1.0 and 2.0 and 3.0. And if I want to proceed to the next row, I have to do 2 slash. So I can do 4.0, 5.0, 6.0. Okay. Now you see we have a tabular. But this table is pretty boring. So what we can do is we can add this lines inside of it. What we get here is each line basically draws a line, and this each line draws a line after this, so it draws a line under the first row, and this one draws a line under the second row. So now say I make this thing really big, and you see that 1.0 is really to the right of my cell. That's because I put right here. So if I do this, we'll see that 3 will be on the left. But if I do 5, you see 2 is at the center. So basically this gives you the position at which you want the elements to be in the cell. So that's tabular. Okay, so now we'll go to the section for figure. Before doing so, we have to add a package before the begin document. So we'll type use package graphics with a X, and here we can do begin figure, and what we can do is we can include a graphics scale. Let's scale it to 1, and here I have included a picture inside of my Latex folder, and it's important that you put the image inside your folder. If you don't put it inside, you will get an error, as in here it won't compile because you can't find this file. Now if we put this back in and run it again, you'll see this image here. And we can scale it by changing the value here. So let's say 0.2. We can make this bigger. Okay, but you see that this image is not in the center. So what you can include is centering, and this will make the image at the center of the PDF. And what you can also do is add a caption. So this is an image, and here is the caption. Okay, now we can go to the citation. Before going to citation, maybe we want to create a new reference. So to create a new reference, we have to begin a new environment, which is called the bibliography, and we have to add an end bibliography here, and we can add a bib item. Say it's my 2020, and that's my reference, period. And in the citation here, we can say cite 2020, and here we need to include 9. So here, as you can see, in my reference I have and in my citation I have to run it twice. I have 1 here. So this is a citation. So you see this is citation with reference to number 1, and this 9 means up to how many references you're gonna make. So no matter what the number is, as long as it's below 10, the maximum number of references that you can make is 9. So if I put 1 here, I can still make 9 references. And if I want to make up to 99, I have to type 99 or 56. Doesn't matter which number you put here. And yeah, that's our first Latex document.